Hello everybody, welcome to another video today. My name is Chris, and today we're going to be going over all of the Kohl's stores that will be closing for the final time today. It's a total of 27 Kohl's department stores. So first we're going to start out in the state of Alabama. We're going to take a look at the Kohl's store located at Spanish Fort. So this is the first Kohl's that we're going to take a look at. This is one of 27 that is expected to shut down today, or will be shutting down within the next couple of hours or so. We can see that this particular Kohl's department store in Spanish Fort, Alabama, is a very basic, generic 2000s Kohl's where you would have an entrance on the left side and an entrance on the right side, along with a Kohl's sign in front of the store. A very basic looking one, and we're not going to spend too much time on it because, again, it's just a very basic one-level Kohl's store. So, moving on to the next one, it's going to be in the state of Arkansas. This is the one in Little Rock West, Arkansas, so we'll take a look at that Kohl's store as well. So this is another one that's unfortunately shutting down, and today obviously is the last day of operation for a lot of these Kohl's stores, so people will be losing their jobs at these Kohl's stores after today, should they choose to not relocate within the Kohl's store network. And actually, ironically enough, there is one closing in my home state of New Jersey, but thankfully it's not a two-floor one. Very basic, late, mid-1990s to early 2000s Kohl's. One entrance on the right and one entrance on the left. I really don't understand why they did it this way. They really probably should have just done one main entrance, but hey, I guess they were trying to make their buildings unique with the one-story department store to kind of differentiate their front-facing facade. They obviously don't use this model anymore, but still, it was pretty cool back in the day. Again, just another very basic one-level Kohl's department store. Really nothing to bust your nuts over. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. There really isn't a whole lot of retail. I mean, okay, it looks like there is other retail, but this Kohl's is, like, kind of hidden, so not surprising that it's closing. There's a bunch of other retail choices, so anyways, let's move on to our next Kohl's store that's going to be closing, and this one is located in San Diego, California. I'm sure California got hit hard, and a lot of that is unfortunately due to the the politics of the state. I really don't want to get into it, but the one in San Diego is closing. This is another Kohl's store. This is located at the Bulabos Mace Shopping Center in San Diego, California. Looks like it's right next to a, what is this? This looks like a grocery store of some point. Oh, it's next to a Vons. So again, very basic looking Kohl's. Again, you got the entrance on the left side and the entrance on the right side. Again, just a basic one-story Kohl's. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on it because if we do, we'll be here all day. And the goal of this video is to basically just very briefly go over all of these Kohl's locations that are shutting down today, which is Saturday, March 29th of 2025. So the next Kohl's we're going to take a look at is the Kohl's in Cedars, California. So this is the next Kohl's store. Not too sure if any of these Kohl's stores are multiple floors or if it's just all one-floor stores. But we'll take a look at this Kohl's as well. Oh, wow. Okay, this one must have closed, I guess, earlier this week. Let's see. Is this a two-level Kohl's? No, I don't think this is a two-level Kohl's. There might be an office building here that's two levels. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. So it's funny. The office building is 2 floors, but the Kohl's department store, is that a Jersey Mike's Subs? No, that's a Phoenix Salon Suites. Another basic one-level Kohl's, one entrance, really nothing special. It's next to a 2-story building. That is kind of interesting. Just a very basic Kohl's. Really nothing special to show or see, other than the fact that there is a 2-level building adjacent to this Kohl's store. Just, again, very basic, and let me emphasize, very basic looking Kohl's. So, and not a 2-floor store, I don't think. So, moving on to our next location, we have the Kohl's store in Fremont, California. Let's go ahead and do that right here. Okay, this one looks like it's a 2-level one. These must have wrapped up liquidation a brief time ago. So this is a 2-level Kohl's. So usually they would have men's and women's downstairs, and they would do kids and furniture upstairs. So this building is kind of unique. Some special elements, really. I'm surprised they did a 2-level location here. This is the first two-level location that actually ended up shutting down. Fremont, California. This must be near a shopping mall. Kohl's would not go all out on a two-level store. Oh, yeah. Yep, that's kind of a hint of why this store ended up closing. See how they have only one front door? So if you actually probably go back a couple of years, I'm sure that wasn't the case in 2019. But it's funny how in 2021 they decided to just close it off. And I think a lot of it, unfortunately, is due to the California is it's a very troubled state when it comes to retail. It's been getting very unlucky, and a lot of that unfortunately does tie back into some of the policies that the state has, sadly. So, I shouldn't go back here for a second. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. Sorry about that, guys. Let me go ahead and go back to that Kohl's store. I don't know why this map did that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so I'm a little bit surprised, but I guess it's not shocking, to say the least. I think a lot of it, unfortunately, has to do with with California and their laxed policies on theft. And Kohl's probably just said, you know what, this store isn't making enough money anyway, so we're just going to cut our losses. So that's the end of an era for the Kohl's in Fremont, California. So the next Kohl's store that is closing today is the Kohl's store in Mountain View, California. It seems like they closed all the California stores pretty quickly. Like they just wanted to close them really fast because they just wanted to get out of California. Can I blame them personally? Yeah. I mean, not really. This looks like this is a dead mall, so Kohl's is probably just trying to cut their losses with this particular shopping center. Looks like this was definitely not built as a Kohl's. This must have been another department store at one point, so nothing too exciting here. Just another one-level Kohl's that looks like it might have been a JCPenney or Sears at one point. So, and it's at the San Antonio Center in Mountain View, California. So the next one is the Kohl's store in Napa, California. So let's take a look at that one next. So this one is expected to close today as well. Looks like this one is this a two-level one or is this a one-level one? This looks like a one-level Kohl's. Not too sure if this was another department store. Hi, these doors are closed. Please use the doors next door. Yes, yeah, I think right after COVID, a lot of these Kohl's stores decided to have one entrance because they probably couldn't end up posting loss prevention people in these areas, and they probably were just short staffed, and they finally said, you know what, we're just going to get rid of a lot of these underperforming California stores and screw the people. It's sad though. It's really sad of what's happening to Kohl's in California. But at the end of the day, I do understand their business decision to go ahead and close a lot of these Kohl's stores. Let's take a look at the next Kohl's. This is at the in Metro 580, which I believe this Kohl's is a one-floor one. So, yeah. Another basic looking Kohl's. Yep, you can see too. Again, same thing with the entrances. It's funny how they have all this in California. Yep, again, it goes back to stationing the loss prevention people. And it's funny, this all kind of happened after COVID, because this was like from 2019. This was before COVID. Guess what? After COVID, they're telling everybody to use the doors. It's really sad. I think it's really sad that's what retail's become in California. It's very strict, and it's not fair to the average person that's just going in. They should be able to use both entrances. Why should they just be restricted to one? So that's unfortunate. So let's take a look at the next one, which is Point West in Sacramento, California, which happens to be the capital of California. They really need to change their policies in California and try and, be able to use multiple entrances. They shouldn't just have one entrance open. That's not fair. People should have a choice of an entrance. Why is everybody being punished? I mean, I get it. I get why they're doing it, and it's kind of sad why they're doing it, but it kind of sucks for the average person that wants to have a choice of entrances. Not that I'm the average general public, but still, it's not really fair at the end of the day. So here we go, another basic Kohl's located in Sacramento, California. This store is also going to be closing today. It seems Kohl's really got rid of a lot of California locations pretty quickly, and honestly, I really can't blame them. I honestly cannot blame them. And it's very quickly they, like right after COVID, they just said, yeah, we're only keeping one entrance open, and that seemed to be the case even after the pandemic. Like I knew that they were trying to do like the entrance and exit things, but Here, even on the East Coast, we don't really have that. So clearly, it's sad. It's really sad that it's only one entrance that's open. It should be both entrances, and people should be allowed to go in. So the other Kohl's store that's closing is the one located in San Rafael, California. So that's another one that's unfortunately closing, or I guess it has already closed. This looks like another two-level Kohl's that's going away. Very sad. And yep, I'm guessing this also happened right after COVID. They decided to close off one of the entrances, but you go to 2019, entrance is open. You go to 2022, they have to have this whole gate production and say we have to have one entrance and all that other stuff. Use the one by the mall. So just really just mess it up for everybody. And it kind of sucks. Oh, what is this? Yeah, they have to have like gates. God forbid, heaven forbid somebody comes in and just starts taking stuff off the shelves. It's really sad that this is what Kohl's has become. I mean, this is what the retail in California has become. I'm guessing this is the main entrance because this is the one where you don't really see stuff like that. But whatever, it's a cool look. This is a cool looking Kohl's in San Rafael. This either closed yesterday, last week, or it ended up closing, or they closed it a few days before. They're really letting these California locations go quickly, and honestly, I can't blame them personally. So the next one is in San Luis Obispo, California. Probably pronounced that wrong. This again looks like another basic one-level Kohl's. So here we go. Yeah, just a basic one-level Kohl's. I'm not even going to waste my time on that. So the other Kohl's that's shutting down is the Kohl's in Westchester, California. This one is located in Los Angeles, California. This one, I see why they're closing this one as well. This, I think, is another basic Kohl's. I actually wonder if they have the second entrance shut off like the rest of them in California. Let's play the game of, can we see if the entrance is actually closed? Actually, you can't even get a damn street view. Let's see if I can do it over here real quick. Let's see. I can't really tell, but again, this looks like just a basic one-level Kohl's store with a small, probably second floor for employees' offices in the back. Okay, next we get to Colorado, which thankfully in Colorado there's only one that's closing. So yeah, California got hit pretty hard by this list. Aurora Place, Arrera Pahochi Crossings in Aurora, Colorado. This one I'm a little bit surprised about, but I'm sure this one doesn't have the stupid entrance thing like they do in California. Yeah, see, when you go here, both entrances wide open. It's a shame. It's a shame. And I love how it's only California. It's not any other state in the union, but whatever. Whatever. I know they need to want to keep the people safe. I get it. I'm not saying it's wrong. They of course need to keep the employees and the merchandise in the store safe, but it's sad. It's really sad. Again, this is just a basic one-level Kohl's, and it's the only one closing in the state of Colorado. In the state of Georgia, we have the Kohl's store in Duluth, Georgia. It's funny, California was the only state that got hit the hardest. And after looking at those entrances, I'm personally not surprised. Every other state only is closing one or they're closing two. So this is the one at the Venture Point Shopping Center in Duluth, Georgia. But this one, unfortunately, looks like a dead mall. And Kohl's just seems to be cutting their losses with this particular shopping center, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like you got a closed Target. So Kohl's said, you know what? We don't want to be here anymore. And they probably broke the lease or said they didn't want to renew, or they just decided to terminate with the property owner. So again, basic looking generic Kohl's. Nothing exciting, nothing special. Maybe one little area in the back. But other than that, it's a very basic 1990s to early 2000s Kohl's. So the next Kohl's that's closing is the one in Boise, Idaho. So let's take a look at that one. This is at the Boise Town Square. This one is also expected to be shutting down today as well. And this one looks like a very basic looking Kohl's. I think this actually might be a two-floor Kohl's. Yeah, and wow, two-level Kohl's in the state of Idaho. Wow, that's something you don't see every day. But Kohl's will be out of here by today. Today is the last day for these 27 stores. So after that, you'll only have Dillard's, JCPenney, I'm sure the Macy's. Oh no, the Macy's is still here. Well, that's a little surprising. Sears is obviously gone because, not too many malls left have a Sears. So that's just not good that Kohl's is leaving. But yeah, Kohl's in Boise, Idaho also closing today. So in Illinois, we have the Kohl's in Plainfield. So let's take a look at this one. A very basic one level store. The generic early 90s to 2000s Kohl's. Nothing too exciting here. Just the basic one level model that we've seen across the country. Some are unique because some are in malls, like the one in Boise, Idaho. But other than that, this really isn't a very unique looking store, except maybe a little bit of a back area here on towards like the back left corner of the department store. Then the other one that's closing is in Spring Hill, West Dundee, Illinois. This is the other Kohl's that is shutting down today as well. And this one is at the, I guess it's at some sort of mall. I wonder if it's a 2-level one or a 1-level store. Let's see. This is a 1-level Kohl's. Wow. You can see Kohl's kind of did their own spin on this store. I'm guessing this is probably a dying mall, and Kohl's just wanted out. Can I blame them personally? Not really. I can't really blame them for wanting to close the store. I'm sure the cinema's not too far behind. This is at the West Dundee Mall in Illinois. Looks like the whatever was here. I'm sure this was some sort of. Oh, the Macy's is gone. What else is gone? This looks like it was the Herberger store. Let's actually see. What did this store used to be? Maybe this Carson Pine Scott. Yeah, that was part of that Herberger's chain. What else was here? Looks like this was the Sears. And I'm sure that, yeah. Yep. But overall, it's pretty sad. So. Then in Massachusetts, we have the one in Sodington, Massachusetts, which is shutting down as well. Let's take a look at that one. This one, it looks like it ended up. Oh, I think I made a video on this one. Like I made it like a special video on this one. I don't know why. I don't know why I made a video on this one, but yeah, there it is. The Kohl's in Sodington, Massachusetts. It's a very basic Kohl's. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about it. And then actually today, only one store in my home state of New Jersey is closing, and that's the one in East Windsor. This one is closing because, one, this is a small format Kohl's that Kohl's ended up trying, and two, you also have the one in Princeton. So they really didn't need this Kohl's. I didn't go down personally because it's just a generic store in a strip mall, and I'm not going to waste my time with a one-level Kohl's store. No offense. And it was a bit of a drive, too. Had it been much closer, I would have considered it, but it's a bit of a far drive for a one-story Kohl's. In Ohio, we have the Kohl's store in Blue Ash, which is also shutting down today, which I guess has already closed. So let's take a look at this one. Oh, wow, and it's next to a Big Lots, which is now permanently closed as well, and the Kohl's permanently closed. Wow, crazy. 2 closing stores next to each other. So that's the Kohl's in Blue Ash, Ohio, and the other one that's closing is in Forest Park, which is in the Cincinnati market of Ohio for Kohl's. Whoop. There we go. And this one looks to be, yep, a 2-level store at a dying mall. The perfect recipe for Kohl's to decide to leave the shopping center. So this is a big Kohl's too. This is not a small Kohl's department store. So this is in Fairfield, Ohio. This store either closed last week or the store ended up closing this week. It's a parking garage. So yeah, that's the end of this mall. They were probably the last tenant in the mall, and now there's no more tenants in the mall. So I'm sure the mall's going to get knocked down. They're going to redevelop it, maybe put a warehouse, throw some apartments, and call it a day. It's just very, very unfortunate that is the case, but that is just the case, unfortunately. So. Okay, and then in the state of Oregon, we have the Kohl's store in Portland, Oregon, and I'm probably pretty sure, I'm surprised Oregon didn't get hit hard with them. This looks like a 1-level Kohl's store, and this is located at the Gateway Shopping Center in Portland, Oregon, and I'm sure, I have no doubt that they have different entrances where it's the please use the other entrance, that type of stuff, because this is the state that please, Kohl's customers, please use other entrance. I actually wonder if this entrance was ever active. No, they just never put a sign up. So let's take a look and see if they ever put a sign up here. Because usually this is one of those states. Oh, yeah, yep. 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 But if we go back a little bit before COVID, not there. 2019, not there. 2022, yep, gates. We have to have everybody go through one entrance. Crazy. I can't believe that that was a thing for these Kohl's stores. In the state of Pennsylvania, we have the Kohl's store in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, that unfortunately is shutting down today, or already has shut down. This is at the where it's at some sort of mall, but this one is also shutting down today. This is at the what's the name of this mall? Oh, and there's a Joann in here too. That's just wonderful, and more stores on top, stores closing on top of more stores that are closing. This looks like some sort of mall. I don't know the name of the mall. It doesn't really give a name. But it looks like this is some sort of mall. Let's see the name of this mall, because this is definitely some sort of mall. The question is, what the frick is the name of the shopping center? Whoa. I don't understand this. Sorry guys, give me a second here. I want to know the name of the shopping center. Or maybe this mall got redeveloped. Who knows? But yeah, it's the Kohl's store in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. And actually, we didn't even get a view of this Kohl's store, did we? Yep. So that's it. There's your Kohl's store. Then we have four more. Four more locations. So in Texas, only one is closing. It's the one in North Dallas. This is at the Burroughs on Peterson Road. This looks to be a two-level Kohl's store. You got a second floor and you got an upper level. Wow. Crazy. I guess the lease was too expensive for Kohl's. So another two-level Kohl's store, unfortunately closing. This was at the Arbors on Purston Road in Dallas, Texas. This store unfortunately closed for the final time today as well, or is going to close today. Rather sorry. Let's take a look though at the parts of the building. So there it is. That's the Kohl's store. And the other one is in Riverton, Utah. Let's see. Click. Oh, not what I wanted. Whoa. I don't know why my computer does that. Okay, and this is the Kohl's store at in Riverton, Utah. So let's take a look at this one really quickly. Updated one-level Kohl's store. I wonder if it used to be the older facade. No, I guess not. So that's basically it. Really nothing exciting. And that's the building. Whoop. That's the building. That's the back of the building. That's this side of the building. And that's this side of the building. Now we'll take a look at the Kohl's store in Henderson, Virginia. I'm sorry, in Herndon, Virginia. Oh yeah, this was another video that I made on this Kohl's store. Yeah. Wow. This was the one, I think this is the one near Washington Dulles International Airport. So this is the Kohl's store in Henderson, Virginia. The parking deck was to the left. That's the Kohl's store. Nothing too exciting, just two buildings combined together. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that Kohl's store. Yep, and there's Washington Dulles International. And finally, the last Kohl's store that's closing is the Kohl's store in Williamsburg, Virginia. And this one is a basic one-level Kohl's department store, very much similar to the other ones that we've seen. But this one is a little bit more updated, which is pretty nice. I'm glad that they updated that, so. Anyways. Alright, so guys, that is every single Kohl's department store within the United States of America that is shutting down today or already has shut down. I want to sincerely thank you guys for watching. Link to the Kohl's website in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and that will be it.